Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. 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 When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
Welcome, everyone, to Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. Today is November 14th, 2022, and we are about to do an in-depth planetary puja using the chart of now based on my current location, which today is still in Florida. And I'm very happy to be doing this with all of you. My name is Swamini Valli. I am a Pillai Center teacher and an AstroVed astrologer. And this is a puja that was taught to myself and Raj Malloy several years ago by Dr. Pillai. And in doing this puja, he reminded us that the planets and stars are more than just objects in outer space. There is a divine light being associated with all of them. And the planets and stars do have impact on our thoughts and on our actions. And in doing the planetary puja, we are inviting the positive blessings of these light beings to come into our lives and into our world. Dr. Pillai also explained that while the planets are out there in outer space and our light beings associated with them, their energies are also inside of us as well. And in doing the puja, you may start to have some deeper connection or conscious awareness of those energies being inside of you as well. Some of you, as we do the puja, may have seeings, some of you may have feelings, some of you may have understandings, and all of those are valid modes of perception. To do the puja, we're using the South Indian style layout of the chart. Each of these 12 little boxes is representing a particular zodiac sign. And to do the puja, I have a little container of water, a hand fan, a bell, and also a lit tea light and a bowl of fresh flower petals that I'm going to use as we do the puja. I start with the water. I'm dipping the ring finger of my right hand into the water and sprinkling a few drops of water on each side of the blackboard that has the chart drawn in chalk that I'm going to be using during the puja. I sprinkle a few drops of water on top of myself, and I send a few drops of water out into space towards all of you, so that whether you're watching this live or listening to it later on a replay, we're all participating with a sense of being purified in a sense of sacred space with the water. Next, I'm going to invoke Ganesha, the archetype who removes obstacles. Om Shring Gang. Om Shring Gang. Om Shring Gang. We ask Ganesha to come and to remove all obstacles from this puja, and to remove any obstacles for all of us in our day or our evening. And we thank him for his help with this. Now we do a short Tamil chant, asking all of these planets to be beneficial today towards us. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atyar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atyar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atyar Arvarku Mikave. We ask all of the planets to be beneficial today towards us and towards our world. We thank Sayana Samundar for teaching this chant, and we are grateful to Dr. Pillai for sharing it with us. Now, we're going to honor various time elements that are active right now in the local area. We start with honoring the planet that rules the day. Today is Monday, ruled by the moon. When I say Namaha, I'll be putting a fresh flower petal on top of the moon on the blackboard chart. Flowers have a wonderful purity to them, and there's an esoteric property that they have if we're holding them when we do a prayer or a mantra, that the purity of these flowers takes that sound directly into the level of the Akash and updates our own Akashic record. I start with honoring the moon, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Now we honor the star that the moon is in. Right now, the moon is in Pushya star, the most spiritually auspicious of all the stars. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Pushyaye Namaha. Om Pushyaye Namaha. Om Pushyaye Namaha. Now we honor the Tithi, or the moon phase. At the moment, we are in the 6th waning moon, which is called Shasti in Sanskrit. Dr. Pillai said for the moon phase, we would use their Sanskrit name, followed by the word Devi, invoking the light being associated with that moon phase. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Shasti Devye Namaha. Om Shasti Devye Namaha. Om Shasti Devye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that's ruling the hour. In my local area, that's Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the yoga and the Karana time elements. Dr. Pillai said for these elements, we would not use the flower petals. We would just say their names 3 times each. The yoga that's active right now is one called Subha, which has energies that are auspicious. Subha, Subha, Subha. And the Karana that's active right now is one called Venetia, which has energies that are mercantile. Venetia, Venetia, Venetia. Now we're going to start to actually work with the chart in more detail. Dr. Pillai said we would always start with whatever sign is the ascendant sign, represented here with these letters AC. The ascendant, or the sign that's coming up on the eastern horizon right now in my local area, is Sagittarius. He said we would start by honoring the planet that rules the ascendant sign as a gesture for how important that planet is at the moment. Jupiter is the planet that rules Sagittarius, so I'm going to put the flower petals on top of Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now, starting with the ascendant sign, we're going to go in a clockwise direction around the chart, stopping in at each zodiac sign that has 1 or more planets in it. We'll go in a clockwise direction. The first Rasi or sign that has a planet in it is Makara or Capricorn, which today contains Pluto and also Saturn. We start with honoring Pluto, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Pluto is in a star called Uttara Ashada. This is a star that can give blessings for long-lasting success. I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Shadaye Namaha. Uttarshada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, 10 light beings who each embody a unique, divine, universal principle. I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Uttarashada star, which is the sun. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor Saturn for being in Capricorn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Saturn is in a star called Dhanishta, a star that can give blessings for prosperity, music, and good reputation. We put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by the 8 Vasus, 8 light beings who each rule different spheres of existence. We honor them, and I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Capricorn, which is Saturn. I put flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Makara or Capricorn, a zodiac sign that can activate ancient past life skills and abilities. Today, containing Pluto, a planet that can help with rationality and science. And Saturn, a planet that can give blessings for patience, perseverance, structure, and compassion. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi sign with the planet in it is Kumbha or Aquarius, which today contains Neptune, who is retrograde. When planets are retrograde, they are extra powerful. We honor Neptune, and I put flower petals on him. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Neptune is in a star called Purva Bhadrapada, a star that can give blessings for charity, prosperity, and also purification. I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Purvabhajapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhajapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhajapadaye Namaha. Purvabhajapada's star is ruled by Aja Ekapada, an archetype who can help us experience deeper levels of stillness and forgiveness. We honor him, and I put the flower petals on Neptune. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Purvabhajapada's star, which is Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aquarius, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kumbha or Aquarius, the most humanitarian and service-oriented of all the zodiac signs, today containing Neptune, a planet that helps us with our intuition and also helps us to understand our own inner life. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Meena or Pisces, which today contains Jupiter, who is retrograde. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Jupiter is in the star Uttarabhadrapada. Dr. Pillai says this is a star that can help us with business development. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Uttarabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttarabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttarabhadrapadaye Namaha. Uttarabhadrapada's star is ruled by Ayurveda, an archetype who, among other things, can help to guard treasures and valuables. We ask him to guard our treasures and our valuables, as well as to guard our treasure that is the earth itself. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Ayurveda Namaha. Om Ayurveda Namaha. Om Ayurveda Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Uttarabhadrapada's star, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Pisces, which is Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Meena or Pisces, the most transcendental and metaphysical of all the zodiac signs, today containing Jupiter, a planet that helps with everything related to spirituality. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Mesha or Aries, which today contains Rahu and also Uranus, who is retrograde. We honor Rahu, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Rahave Namaha. Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Rahu and Uranus are both in the same star, so I'm going to honor Uranus before I invoke the star. Uranus is retrograde and extra powerful. I put the flower petals on him. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Rahu and Uranus are both in a star called Bharani, a star with a tremendous amount of divine feminine Shakti or energy or power. I put the flower petals across Rahu and Uranus. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Bharani star is ruled by Yama, an archetype of justice. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Bharani star is ruled by Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aries, which is Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Misha or Aries, a fire sign with very active energies, today containing Rahu, a planet that helps us to think outside the box, and Uranus, a planet that can help with success in life, intelligence, and astrology. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Vrishabha or Taurus, which today contains Mars, who is retrograde. So from last week, being retrograde, he moved backwards from Gemini, and now he's in Taurus. We honor Mars, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Mars is in a star called Mrigashira, a star that can give curiosity to motivate us to be willing to try new things, to be willing to have fresh adventures. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mrigashiraye Namaha. Om Mrigashiraye Namaha. Om Mrigashiraye Namaha. Mrigashira star is ruled by Soma, a liquefied form of the moon, in which he is a divine nectar, the Amrita, nectar of immortality. We honor Soma, and I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Somaye Namaha. Om Somaye Namaha. Om Somaye Namaha. Mrigashira star is ruled by Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Taurus, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishabha or Taurus, a grounded and luxury-loving sign, today containing Mars, planet of practical action. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Karkata or Cancer, which today contains the moon. We honor the moon, and I put flower petals on him. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. The moon is in a star called Pusha. This is a star that can give blessings, as it is the most spiritually auspicious of all the stars. I've heard astrologers in India say, if the moon is in Pusha's star, even if all the other astrological indicators for the day are not favorable, still the moon in Pusha's star enables all those blemishes to be overcome. So I'm always happy when the moon is traveling through Pusha's star. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Pushaye Namaha. Om Pushaye Namaha. Om Pushaye Namaha. Pusha's star is ruled by Brihaspati, a form of Jupiter in which he's a very high spiritual teacher. We honor Brihaspati, and I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Brihaspataye Namaha. Om Brihaspataye Namaha. Om Brihaspataye Namaha. Pusha's star is ruled by Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Cancer sign, which is the moon. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Karkata or Cancer, the most emotionally sensitive of all the zodiac signs, today containing the moon, which is our mind and our emotions. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Tula or Libra, which today contains Ketu and the sun. We honor Ketu, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Ketu is in a star called Swati, a star symbolized as young shoots of plants blowing in the wind. It has energies of both independence and restlessness. I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Hanuman, the archetype who rules the air element and is the father of Hanuman. We honor Vayu. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Rahu. I put the flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Next, we honor the sun for being in Libra. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. The sun is in a star called Vishaka, a star that can give blessings for victory and triumph. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Vishaka star is ruled by Indra and Agni, a pair of archetypes. Indra can give blessings for leadership and courage, and Agni can give blessings for transformation and purification. We honor both of them, and I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Indra Agnihe Namaha. Om Indra Agnihe Namaha. Om Indra Agnihe Namaha. Vishaka star is ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Libra, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Tula or Libra, a zodiac sign with energies for balance, harmony, and fairness. Today containing Ketu, sometimes called the saintly planet, and the sun, which is our soul, and also a planet so important for our health and our self-esteem. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Vrishika or Scorpio, which today contains Mercury and Venus. They're both in the same star. I start with honoring Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Next, I honor Venus, since they're both in the same star. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Mercury and Venus are both in Vishaka star. I put the flower petals across Mercury and Venus. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Vishaka star is ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. I skipped over honoring the archetypes, so we'll do that now, that rules Vishaka star. Indra and Agni. I put the flower petals across Mercury and Venus. Om Indra Agnihe Namaha. Om Indra Agnihe Namaha. Om Indra Agnihe Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Scorpio, which is Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishika or Scorpio, the most occult of all of the zodiac signs, today containing Mercury, planet of communication and also a planet of business, and Venus. Among the planets, he's called the diplomat. He also gives energy for happiness and enjoyment of material plane comforts and the arts. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now I'm taking a lit tea light and holding it in the air above the blackboard that has the chart and the little piles of flower petals on it. And in the air, I'm passing it around the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction, offering the element of light to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked. Next, I take a hand fan to offer the element of air and wave that around 3 times, offering a cooling breeze and the element of air. And then I take a bell to offer the element of sound. Now I make prayer hands and make sincere prayer to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked, asking them to send their positive blessings into our lives and into the lives of our families and our friends, our neighbors, our colleagues, our homes, our workplaces, our schools, our communities, our countries, and indeed the entire world. May everyone on this planet have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, a safe place to live, good clothes to wear, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs, and may everyone on this planet have love in their life, now and always. I pray for enlightened leaders, enlightened citizens, enlightened laws, enlightened countries, and entire enlightened civilizations. I also pray for blessings for all of my teachers, past, present, and to come. And I pray for blessings for all of my students, past, present, and to come. And I make a bow. You can continue to make your own prayers in silence for a minute, and then we can do some short Q&A if you want to post questions in the chat. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment. Peace, peace, peace. May we all go about our day or our evening in peace. Thank you all very much for being here. I truly appreciate your participation and your support. We have a few moments. If anyone has a question and would like to post it in the chat, I'll do my best to try to answer it. One announcement is that there will be no Planetary Pooja tomorrow, November 15th, as I will be traveling back to New Mexico in the morning and will not be able to be broadcasting during that time. Atomic Dreaming will be happening later on Tuesday, and later today, the Mother Mary call will also be happening, but I'm not able to do the puja tomorrow in the morning, the planetary puja. And I asked the team to put a card up with the apology and explaining that the puja would resume again on Wednesday this week. And then it'll be done from New Mexico. All right. Okay, seeing lots of hearts today. People greeting each other and not seeing any questions in the chat, which is fine. We don't have to have questions every day. I, again, just appreciate those of you that are here, and I hope it's not an inconvenience that we don't have the puja tomorrow, but this was the best I could do with scheduling things to get out to Florida and back to close out everything. So Ingrid says she's driving right now. Oh gosh, I'm not sure I want you texting while you're driving. Ingrid, please be very careful with that. Please be very safety cautious when you're driving. That takes the importance of everything. Okay, well, I'm about to go over to the Department of Motor Vehicles here to turn over the car to one of my housemates. She has a car that went kaput, and I was planning to give away my Florida car to a nonprofit. So I'm just giving it to her as a gift. So since she needs one. So we're about to go take care of that. I'm going back to New Mexico. New Mexico is a state inside of the United States. I will be flying back. The Uber driver is going to come pick me up at 3 o'clock this morning and take me to the airport because I have a flight that leaves at 6 in the morning, and you're supposed to be there 2 hours early. So that's my plan for today. Finish packing and be ready for the Uber driver tonight and get my car title transferred over to my housemate. All right. Ingrid is saying that she is following Pillai courses in all situations. Well, that's wonderful if you're able to do that. I think that it's a very positive energy for us to be tapping into. And whether you're able to be enrolled in courses or whether you're simply following the Pillai Center YouTube channel or the Religions YouTube channel, I think it's great for us to be receiving the positive energies and blessings that Dr. Pillai is putting out into all of the programs. And I think that it helps transform all of us into little kiosks of light so that, the light from Dr. Pillai is shining through us then out to others as well. Beautiful. Nice. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close for today. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in all of you. May light encompass all. I'll see some of you again on Wednesday.